Thank you for tuning in. Um, got a powerful word for you today. I am YaYa, the spiritual doula, and you are tuning into Sacred Empowerments for the Divine Feminine. And we are just really grateful to the ancestors and to the High Council for allowing us to be here, giving us another day to work on our shit. You know what I'm saying? So we can stop coming down to this bitch. Okay? I know that's what I'm working on. I don't know about you. But anyway, look, I was sitting on my porch and I was like, Spirit, what do you want me to say today? Because, you know, like I said in the first video, there are going to be days where I will use my cards, and then there's sometimes where I won't need it. And today is one of those days where I don't need it because they gave me a word, y'all, and it's a good one. Look, listen, I had to get my etymology dictionary because they told me to get it. Oh, and I was supposed to get my Bible, but I just paraphrase it. I just paraphrase the scripture. Okay, look, listen. I know that there are a lot of you, including myself, who have been feeling like this last, I ain't even gonna say year, because for some of us it's been longer than a year. We have literally been in a tearing it all down season. Okay, and your it can be whatever it is. Okay, everybody's it is something different. For some of y'all, it may be marriages that you've had to tear down. It may have been long-term relationships. It may have been careers you've had to tear down. It may have been jobs you was on, you had to come off of. It may have been just the whole structural way in which your house flows, the whole way, the order of your life. You know what I'm saying? What you give your attention to, what you choose not. Like, we have been in a tear it down season. Burn it all up. Okay? And I talk a lot on my social media page about how that is the job of the Damians. That is the job of the Damians, and how a lot of people are afraid of their Damians that work with them and are there to assist them, because yes, when the Damians come around, they gonna fuck some shit up. That's what they're supposed to do. It's going into the darkness to get to the light. Okay, so they usher you into a dark season, right? And they only tear up what no longer serves you. And this is why I say you got to trust them. As much as you trust the angelic beings, you should trust the Damians. Because you really can't get to the angelic side of things without going through them. Because that's the order. That's the order. That's the universal order. Okay? Let me move this thing, because I don't like that sound of that microphone shaking and carrying on and trembling. So if you have been doing the work, if you have been going within, if you have allowed yourself to not fear the dark spaces, if you have allowed yourself to sit in the shadows, okay? The Spirit told me to tell us and y'all today that you have just entered into a season of reparations. Now, I was sitting and I was thinking in the Spirit, I was like, reparations, repair. They took the I out, which is what they like to play with the words a lot, so you might not know what it means. But everybody know what reparations mean. It means to be recompensated. But it not only means to be recompensated, it means to be fully repaired. It means that you are in a season to be rebuilt and made whole for that which you have lost or has been taken from you. Now let me say this. They gave me the scripture in the Bible about Nehemiah, and I don't know how many of y'all read Nehemiah. It's one of those books that, you know, a lot of the preachers like to go to when they're trying to raise building funds and stuff. But there's a real divine lesson in the book of Nehemiah. So in the book of Nehemiah is a character who set about to rebuild the temple of God, which had been laying in waste Okay? And it grieved his heart that the temple of God had been lying in waste. So he goes to the king and he says, look, give me the orders, give me the rights to go and rebuild the house of God for the people of God. Nehemiah goes and he sets out. He got the order from the king first. Got to go ahead. And he sets out to rebuild the temple of God. So he goes and the children of Israel and the temple of God enters into a reconstruction period, a rebuilding period. He pulls gold from here and timber from here and artifacts from here and granite from here and whatever else, all the supplies he needed. The other places around him began to give him full support in rebuilding the temple of God. And this is what Spirit told me to tell you. First, before I tell you that, I want to read the etymology definition of reparations, okay? Reparations, compensation, amends, recompense, borrowed from Old French reparation, and directly from late Latin, act of repairing, okay? Restoration, restore. Many of us who have been doing the work and letting the Damians do the work. And I'm going to deal with this from another aspect in a minute. But some of the stuff that we have been enduring in this season is not because somebody is out doing some malevolent work against you. It's so easy to think that somebody is doing harm or sending you negative energy. For some of you, that's exactly what it is. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay? But right now I want to talk about those of you who have been in a process of evolution. You have been sitting in your shadows. You have been doing shadow work. See, shadow work ain't just sitting down Indian style and going within. That is a big part of it. But that's not all of it. Because after you come out of meditation, that shadow work has to continue. In other words, what you learn about yourself in your shadows, you now have to come out and look into your life and say, now where out of my shadows have I built this false sense of security, this false sense of peace, this false sense of provision? Where out of my shadows have I constructed my life and it no longer serves me? And this is why I was saying some of you have had to tear down many things. Relationships is a big one. Because usually when you're in the season of shadow work and you're in the season of being torn down, the first thing to go is some of them old dry ass relationships we be finding ourselves in, whether it be friendships, family ships, partnerships, whatever, any kind of ships, child. Like the first thing that come down be people. I don't know if you noticed that, but I did. Okay? I went from having a pretty cool friend circle, so I thought, to basically waiting for my soul tribe. Okay? And a lot of it has to do with not necessarily because there's something wrong with those people, but because as you begin to evolve and ascend, not everybody ascends at the same time, not everybody ascends in the same season, and so therefore it creates a natural separation. But whatever it is, right? But those of you that have been doing and allowing your Damians to tear down what no longer serves you, you are about to step into and have stepped into, even though it may not have manifested in the 3D as of yet. But the spirit of restoration is all around you. The spirit of reconstruction is all around you. The spirit of being repaired is all around you. Do you really think that the great mother is going to let her babies... Look at me right in this eye. Do you really think that the great mother is going to just let her babies be out here all fucked up? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She's not. She's not. See, she understands her objective for this realm. And when we get in alignment with what her objective and her desire for this realm that she has created, when we get in alignment with the flow of death and rebirth, when we stop fighting that shit, baby, ooh, I felt that. Look, listen. When we get in alignment, the reconstruction, the rebuilding of your temple, the rebuilding of your throne that you sit on, the rebuilding of your life, the rebuilding of your love relationships, the rebuilding of your family ships, the rebuilding of your spirit, the rebuilding of your soul, the liberation of your soul. What you had to lose is going to pale in comparison, because now you will be prospering as your soul has prospered, and it won't be material gain, but with bitterness. Do you hear me? It won't be a relationship that's oh, I just stay because I love him, but I really don't like him, but I love. It won't be that. Some of you are getting ready to walk into soul partnerships, soulmate relationships. Relationships that you just didn't think existed no more. Like, oh, child, you know how it is. Child, it ain't no good nothing out here. It ain't no good women. It ain't no good man. It ain't no good nothing. I get it. It ain't now. Because you can't get yourself in alignment to find that. You have to rebuild yourself from within. And for those of you that have been doing that and have been sitting quietly and just allowing that death process to take place, you have stepped into a season and a period of reconstruction. Now this time, that which you build will not be able to be destroyed. Do you hear me? That which you are building and the great mother is building and fortifying around you, there will be no man, no woman, no energy, no nothing that will be able to destroy what you're building. It will be eternal. Do you understand? For some of us, not only have we been in dark shadow periods where we've had to choose to allow the Damians to assist us and remove things from our lives that no longer serve us, but while being in that period, we've also had energies and people who will send diabolical and malevolent energies and negative energies towards you to try to block your evolution. Y'all ever had somebody like a family member or whatever, and they was on their deathbed, or y'all ever heard stories of like, people have family members or loved ones that's on their deathbed, and they clearly ready to go. Maybe they just old age, or maybe they, fell ill, and that individual who was on their deathbed is ready to transition. And guess what black folks do? We start huddling around the hospital bed, praying and begging God to heal their body, to bless their life, to raise them up from this death. The person is ready to go. It's time, right? It's time for the death process. Trust this. Just as well as there are people who will try to block your rebirth, there are people who will try to block your death. Now, see, that's gonna be like, hold on, what did she say? Because, see, who wants to die? Listen, this is what I just said. You got to get in the flow of death and rebirth. I'm not pronouncing no physical death on myself or nobody that's listening to me. I'm using it metaphorically. But when people are on their deathbed and the living family members or loved ones are not ready for them to go, they get to praying to try to make them stay. They get to crying. And have you ever heard somebody say, well, you know, like say for instance, you know, elder woman, a woman is on her deathbed or a man is on his deathbed and they up in age, but they got a son that they haven't seen in 15 years. And that person will hold on until that son or that daughter comes to visit them. And as soon as the son or the daughter come visit them, they will let go and they will transition. So there is a such thing as blocking a person from a death process. There are people who saw that you were stepping into a season, who understands what you was trying to do. Like you're trying to change, you're trying to evolve, you're trying to go into the next better place for you. You're trying to become a better version of you. And they will literally try to frustrate you and frustrate your purpose while you're still in the death phase. They will try to keep you from evolving. You got lovers who will try to keep you from evolving. You got spouses who will try to keep you from evolving. You got mothers and fathers who will try to, you got sisters and brothers and cousins who will see that you're trying to get somewhere spiritually, and they will block the very beginnings of that. Many of you have been dealing with individuals sending you negative energies while you're yet trying to tear. I'm just tearing down right now because I'm getting ready to build something else. And they will try to stop you from even doing that. So some of you have been dealing with negative energy. You have been dealing with witchcraft. You have been dealing with spell work being sent to you. You have been dealing with malevolent and diabolical energies in the ethers, in other even other universes that are trying to stop your evolution. Do you hear me? Let alone the energies that actually reside on this planet that don't want the melanated goddesses and the divine feminines, particularly the divine feminines, to actually wake the fuck up. So I don't know if you noticed, but aside from your own what you had to go through, have you been feeling other energies trying to block you? And you just got started good. You ain't, it's like, well, goddamn. I mean, hey, how you doing? You just got started. But listen, this is what the mother told me to tell you this morning. Whenever you watch this, just know it's morning time when I'm recording this. This is what she told me to tell you. That they are going to have to recompensate you fully for everything that you have lost, and for everything that you have chosen to give up in trust of the process. You will be and are being recompensated fully. You are being reconstructed fully. You are being repaired fully. You are being made whole. Now all you got to do is forget the former things. Forget the things of the past. Forget what you had. And focus on what you're being given. Focus on what you're building. Focus on the direction they're telling you to go in. Focus on that. Don't focus on who you lost. Focus on who you're about to gain. Focus on the love that is surrounding you right now. Focus on your ancestors. Focus on the support that you have been given. Because your temple is under reconstruction. And everything that you need to rebuild is being provided for you. Don't worry about how. I heard the word miraculously. Miraculously. It's not going to make sense, not even to you. Not going to make no sense. Because see, in this world, we talk, oh, you got to work hard, and that's how you get this, and you get that, and you get things, and you know you can have a blessed life, but you got to really grind, you got to hustle hard, you got to do all. No, 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 no. 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 Now, no. 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 Mm-mm. No. No, that's not how that go. That's not how that go on this side. On this side, you write your petition, you take it to the higher council, and they bring what you need to you. Nehemiah took his petition to the king, and all that he needed to rebuild the temple of God was provided for him. The people, the laborers, the supplies, the products, the whatever, it was provided for him, and he did rebuild the temple. The beautiful thing about understanding esoterically the scriptures is we know that esoterically the temple is the body, the life. The life and the body in which you experience this life in. Full recompensation is the season we have stepped into as divine. Full reparation. And put that I back in there just because I feel like it. I know they took it out. But full reparations. Fully repaired. Fully repaired. Spirit said, make your petitions plain. Make it plain what you want. Make it plain. Be decisive. Decide what you want and how you want it to be rebuilt. Decide today, because today it is upon you to be fully reconstructed, and everything that you think you lost is going to be restored to you in a greater glory than you had it before. All right? All right? Yeah. All right? Look. You hear me? But everything that is coming my way, everything that is manifesting even right now today for me, I earned it. This is why nobody can take it from me. This is why they can't fuck with it. Because I earned it. I earned my prosperity. Do you hear me? I earned the right to not be stressed about money. I have severed the enslavement to money. I did it. As much as it hurt, I did it, shit. Because I know that there's a greater and a more powerful way to live. Right? For those of us who have allowed this process and you went into your death process, just know when the scripture said, be ye born again, be ye born again, you are being born again. You are being born again. That's what the scripture talking about. This is what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. You'll be born again by yielding to the divine process that the mother, the creation, the great womb of creation has constructed for you. For this realm, for all of this realm, the trees, the birds, the lizards, the snakes, we all have to go through this. Be born again. So, look, listen. After they got the temple built, they went into rejoicing in the book of Nehemiah. They went into rejoicing and everything. I'm telling you now, you might as well go and get you a tambourine or some feet symbols or whatever the hell. Get you something. Get your little drum or something. And get the rejoicing, baby. Get the rejoicing, and don't worry about who don't rejoice with you. Don't worry about it. They was cut off in the last process anyway. They just couldn't go. They heart wasn't right. Their heart wasn't right. But for you, for all of us who have been doing the work, who have been doing the spirit work, you hear me? Reparations have come. Yep. Reparations is here now. Rebuilding is here now. The reconstruction is here now for you. The rebirth is here now for you. For you now. And every day you get up going forward, remind yourself, I'm not the same. I'm not the same me. I'm not living the same life. I have jumped timelines, whatever you want to call it. Okay? I hope that I said something to ignite your soul, to ignite your spirit. I hope that I said something to enlighten you. All right? I gave what Spirit gave me to give you. I gave what the Mother told me to give you. So y'all have a blessed, prosperous day on purpose. You feel me? Don't let nobody get up under your pretty wig and bother you. Don't let nobody get up under your skin. You know, don't do it. Don't do it. Just tell them mofos where they can go. Yesterday, Spirit said tell them to suck it. And that's I think I'm gonna get me some shirts to say just, you know, suck it. You know what I mean? I think that's what I'm gonna do. But look, don't forget now. Don't forget. Don't be acting like that. To like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I love y'all. Alright? Be blessed. Ashe.